I find myself speaking to my friends being like, I can't believe I wake up every day and I just try on clothes and then someone like films me like singing a song that I decided to write.
Don't pull up to tell me how you feel, cause it won't end up going your way.
Tkay Maidza, een Australische rapper die met haar diverse sound beetje bij beetje een steeds grotere fanbase begint te creëren. Niet zo lang geleden heeft ze getekend bij het indie-label 4AD, waar onder andere Grimes, Purity Ring en de US Girls ook zitten. Dit maakt Tkay Maidza de eerste rapper bij het label. Een goede stap in haar carrière vindt ze, want het heeft haar creativiteit en haar laatste project, Last Year Was Weird Volume 2, naar een heel nieuw niveau gebracht.
I'm feeling good. Like, I'm really happy with the reception. It's been everything and probably more than what I expected it would be. Like, I think as each song from the release has come out, they've all had different purposes, and I think they have met almost the goals that we wanted to like reach with each song. Like, say if it was Awake, we were kind of trying to just like literally wake people up and show that I can exist in this like old world. That's kind of like how I've always seen myself. And I think, you know, having JPEG and just like really, yeah, just like having good company, it just helps solidify that. And then with Shook, it was like, okay, I can do that, but I can stand on my own. And, you know, that was the goal for that. And everyone's like, oh wait, yeah, she can stand on her own.
Yeah.
These men's, yeah, I got them all shook. Earthquake, yeah, I got them all shook.
What happened with that song that opened up like a new Tkay Maidza?
Musically, it felt like a bridge of like old me, but it's in a way like new, and it's like very refined and more well thought out. And that's like, it was so intentional. Like, I think since then, and even Awake, we've just been so like intentional with the songs we're putting out, like the attention to detail, and like just deciding when it's really finished and not trying to like chase time kind of thing. And then in terms of like the visual element, that was like literally my baby. I was like, guys, we're gonna shoot a junkyard video. I'm gonna turn the dial on the radio. We're going to be dancing. There's going to be cars and fire, and and everyone was like, okay, cool, how? And I was like, I don't know, but we'll find out. And I think it was just about like time and patience. I wrote the treatment, or the initial treatment, for Shook in October, and we shot it in February. So it was just like waiting for everything to really align, to be like, okay, cool, we have everything we need to make this like high quality. Because I think it was just like whatever I did next after Awake, it just had to be amazing. And, you know, signing with the new label 4AD, it had to really feel like, okay, I'm really stepping into new territory, and I am really becoming myself. And I think that's, yeah, it was like everything felt good, and it was exciting.
Yeah.
And it worked out. Yeah, it worked out for the better, for sure.
Has signing to 4AD anything to do with that as well?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think working with them, it's been exciting because obviously they don't have like a lot of rap. They don't have any other rappers on 4AD. And also like pop leaning. Like, I still think I'm all these things, but I'm still not a conventional artist, and that's probably what's so appealing to them as well, because there is no formula for my project to work, because I can exist in so many different ways. And I thought that's why they were so excited to work with me. And I think that's what excites me as well, because I don't feel like I have to box myself in and almost like try and fit the label's brand, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what was really appealing to me. And I feel like when you have a new team and they're excited with like elevating you, it brings a new life into yourself, because you're like, oh my God, I have people that I'm excited to email every day, and I want to impress them with like what I think I can do. And then you actually do it, and everyone's like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, people who like get the best out of you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's been exciting for sure.
So are you getting more comfortable with not being a conventional artist? Because I know you've been struggling a little bit with like the commercial side of music, and then the real you, if I may say it that way.
Yeah. I'm definitely falling into it more. And I think especially with this project, I mean, like, I was holding on to the songs for so long, and when you start rolling everything out, you can get a bit like, oh no, is this the right move? But when we did follow the goals and the like, you know, the steps that we wanted to take with this project, and it worked how I wanted it to work out as well. Like, it just shows that if you do trust the process and you're kind of doing it for yourself first and you're like for your happiness, that's what matters first and foremost. And I think it's just like, even now, like before the project came out, I was a bit confused in terms of like what I should work on, where I should spend more time on. I think after seeing the reception, I'm like, I should just take my time and just meditate on whatever thoughts I have, go to the gym, go for a walk. It's fine. Like, just make sure you're feeling happy and you're enjoying what you're doing first. And that's where I become the most creative. And then that's when I'm happy to like experiment with so many things and I feel more comfortable with my choices. So yeah, it's definitely, I feel more assured in like just sitting in with my emotions and like trusting myself, really. Yeah.
I said it all I need to say. No, don't hit my line.
The thing that struck me, I was reading an interview that you did, and you were talking about Australia and that there are not a lot of people of color there, and that you were in a space where you often felt like you had to like water yourself down, but that now you kind of like been into your strength and not afraid to speak out and to stand up for yourself. And I was just wondering, has that realization also influenced your confidence in your work and taken up space in the music industry?
Yeah, it definitely has. I think recently I've just realized that, like you said, like the power that I hold comes from like what makes me so different. And you know, like my parents have always said, no, like a lot of people just say like no one sounds like you. Like you have your point of references of like what you're similar to, but ultimately no one sounds like you. And whenever you put out a song, you might hear like other artists or whatever, but like they just will never think of doing that. And that's what makes you kind of thing. And I think that's why, you know, the industry has kind of been so interested in my potential for so long, because they're kind of just like, there's so many things you can be and you still always have so much space to grow kind of thing. And I just need to trust that, because I feel like if people didn't care, like no one would be listening now. You know, I could have put out a song 7 years ago and that could have been it, but it's been 7 years and I'm still here. So there's a reason for that.
You actually kind of touched on it a little bit already, but a few years ago in an interview, I think that was 2018, you said that it's very important for you to keep having fun. And I can imagine that over time, as things gotten more serious and you taking your music more serious, sometimes it might happen that you're starting to have less fun and it starts to feel more like work. I was just wondering, are you still having fun?
Yeah, I'm definitely having fun. I think there's like, it's tough now with COVID because it's like every day feels the same. But ultimately I'm having fun. Yeah. Like, the thing that's coming out is like I find myself speaking to my friends being like, I can't believe I wake up every day and I just try on clothes and then someone like films me like singing a song that I decided to write. Like, it's a real life, but it's the ultimate life that I wanted kind of thing. And it's like, it's always good to be thankful for that. And I am, you know. Yeah.
That's so good to hear.
Yeah. No, I am enjoying it. I'm still having fun. But I feel like it's just the idea of being in the same place all the time right now is probably
that's weird.
Like, okay.
It's gonna be weird for a while, sadly. Yeah. And then the last one, is there an artist who has been really inspiring you lately?
Oh, I've been really loving Aminé's album.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's so good and it's so well thought out and he's just leveling up and it's like, it's really cool to see, especially coming from like Caroline and seeing he's always been great, but I think it's just seeing the artistry and how you can see how he thinks from like listening to that album, you know. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like you.